Hi, I'm Nolan Ross, a Customer Success Manager here at DataSet, now part of SentinelOne. Today we'll be looking at alerts. This will be a two-part series that I'll be doing on alerts, starting with some basic setup as well as some more advanced configuration. So what I'll do is I'll actually go into today setting up just a basic alert using that alerting engine, utilizing email alert example, and just the simple alerting options that we have in our UI. And then on the second part training I'll do is more on integrations, utilizing some alert template parameters, multiple alert triggers, as well as some complex time series objects and those advanced alerting options that we have. So let's go ahead and get started here. Some things of note, I'm using the demo account. And some of the things you'll see might be different than what I'm seeing. And we have here the alerts, and then we have our documentation for alerts. If you want to follow along, you can click that, and that'll take you to our alert page. And so what I want to do here is best practice is just start on the search. You could go to alerts here and start creating your own alert if you know what you're looking for. But we recommend starting on the search page, as you can kind of build out that filter a lot easier when you're looking for something, trying to troubleshoot. And so what I'll do here is I'm just going to do a free text search for the word error. Okay, so over the last 4 hours, I've got quite a number of these. So I want to narrow this down a little bit. And I've got my different sources that are coming in. I'm actually going to use the app servers. So if I want to do more than one, and I just want to encompass all those, I'm going to do the wildcard, and that's going to include 1 through 8 here. And you can see over the last 4 hours, I've got a few matching events, and I want to save this as an alert. So this is just an error on any app server. I'm going to hit save, and I'm going to hit save as alert. And I'm going to name this, let's see, just my initials. I'm going to use count here, and I'm going to fill out my email address. Ooh. And what's nice is that you can see that the filter has been filled out here. And so now we just need to kind of go through the alert conditions and set that up. So for this, I'm going to change this to maybe 3 minutes. The trigger to last 3 minutes, that may be greater than 2. The lowest you can go is 1. We have our time series database, which handles that. So the lowest you can set for that polling frequency is 1, but that's nice because you can be notified pretty quickly and start troubleshooting if you have some issues on a server. And then down here, we have the grace period. And like I said before, you can follow along in the alerts documentation here. And there's some good examples down here. But yeah, if you want to think of the grace period as setting that, if you want to only see if it stays triggered, it's a sustained error for maybe like 5 minutes, 3 minutes, you might check that because you might have a latency spike on your server. So you only be notified if it's continuous. And then you can check this if you want to be reminded every certain amount of time that it's triggered. And then the resolution, I'm going to use the defaults today, but pretty self-explanatory as you kind of look at these options here. And so now that I've got this filled out, I'm going to just hit save. And now that's going to be added to our alert section. Right there. And you can click on it like that, see what's going on. You can edit it if you'd like, go right back to where we just were. You can mute it from this area. And you can delete it if you'd like. You can also easily go back into search here if you want to just go in there. That's going to show you a graph. And then you can also look at the logs if you'd like as well. And so I'm going to do another new search while we wait, because that will essentially trigger me in my email. And I want to just do another example, this time maybe using like a time function, because we want to actually look at in our alerts here, we added a section for value. So I want to actually do one that makes sense for that use case. And so let's say that I want to, I've got a good example, update the spam score as I know I've got some matching events there, yes. And I'd like to see maybe the duration. And so what I can do is I can graph these values just to get an idea of what's happening. And I can see that there's some average of going, this high around this certain time. I can also look at like the 95th percentile if I'd like, and that it's climbing over 4 quite a bit, and then the 99th climbing over 6. And so what I'll do here is I'm just going to do the 95th percentile, and I'm going to save that as an alert. Spam score value alert. You can name this anything. I'm just kind of making sure that it's visible what I'm actually doing here. So I'm just using something generic. I'm going to use my email again. And you can see this filter's got a bit more information on it, searching a lot more sources. But you can see now that I've got this trigger if the 95th percentile value of duration in the past 2 minutes is greater than, and then I need to fill that out. So I'm just going to do 4 because I want it to actually send me some data. And I'm going to keep this the same as well. And I'm going to hit save. And if we go to our alerts now, we've got these 2 that I've created. Yeah, this is definitely plenty of data there, and I just wanted to use an example to show you. And so now I'm just going to wait for that email that's going to come through. All right, so that error email came through. I got the spam score value alert. And what's nice here is when you go to that alert, you can look at that time when it actually comes in. And it has a graph. You can go right to the logs if you'd like. And it'll show you. And then for this one, same thing. You can view the graph there. You can go to the now time or the actual time it triggered. Either one will work. And then when you go back to your alerts here, you'll see that they're both triggered. So that is all for today's first video, just the basic setup for the alert. The next one will be a little bit more advanced, and so hope to see you there.